Hi everyone, welcome into Army Club Hockey Live, Season 3, Episode number 3. We got Billy Shaver, Connor Borsh, and Tim Williams from the D4 team. Boys, thanks for coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Borsh moves from the back of the room to the front of the room this time. He brings a couple friends with him. This weekend, CMU rolls into town. They've been on a little bit of a heater, but you guys up for the challenge with CMU, the guys you beat in last year's championship game. What to look forward to after a rough loss to Penn State last week?
I think we're just ready to get back in the win column. Just get the motivation going again. Ready to roll.
Absolutely. I think we just hit the ground running. We started slow out last game. Play our game as soon as it started.
Work on what we worked on in practice. Use it in the game. Strong stuff we work on, so hopefully that translates to the game.
So, Timmy, you're the only new one of the group joining for the first time. So, for every first-time person that does come on, we want to learn a little bit about you. So, walk us through your hockey career to this point, where you kind of grew up, and how you ended up here at Army.
I started playing hockey when I was about 5 years old in Crofton, Maryland. That's where I'm from. My brothers played it. My dad played it. So I was just, started a hockey program near us. Or like a cool, maybe we'll try it out. Yeah, so I've been playing, about 13 years now. Heard about RMU when I was had a hockey tournament up here actually, and my sister was interested in the sports psychology, and when we went and visited, they had a really good sport management program, and I heard about they had D4 hockey, D3 hockey. I was like, oh cool, definitely something I want to try out, and that's what kind of led me here.
We saw you at the D3 tryouts. Was it your decision after that to go to D4, or were you still pushing for D3 at that point?
Towards the end of the tryouts, I was like, okay, there's definitely some aspects of my game I need to work on, getting the speed up, getting the awareness back up. And it had been a while since I'd skated since then, before the tryouts, and I was just like, okay, I know what I need to work on. I definitely want to play D3 at some point, but right now I love D4. All the guys are great, especially this guy. Real energy booster on the bench.
Oh, I try.
Real glue guy. And, I realized towards the end of tryouts, I was like, maybe not for me. I'm going to definitely work on some aspects of my game, but definitely want to try D3 someday.
Speaking of on the bench, Borsh, it says underneath your name right now, 1 assist from the bench.
From the bench, yeah.
Explain to us how that happened.
Well, assisted from my great goalie, Brock, right from the net. They got the call wrong, by the way, on the ice.
Ref wrong, Andrew right.
No, they. Well, it was against Penn State. It wasn't against. Who was it? Kiehl. They just had a shot in while they were going for a change, and then I just picked up the rebound, threw it to Bar, and I immediately got off the ice. And then he somehow scored it. It was just like a knuckleball into the net. And I just got to celebrate for the bench. So yeah.
Get the assist, but not the plus.
No. Yeah.
That's a stat.
I'm sure your plus minus was fine.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Also in that same game, Timmy, you get your first career point. Walk us through your first one.
So Coach was trying some new things on the power play. He decided to send my line out, and I'm in front of the net, but puck goes behind the net. I go pick it up, and Ty's coming down left side, and I just rip it to him. He has a great shot right over the goalie's pads. It's just great shot, right positioning. So just happy I got the point.
You guys talking about your 1 points. I think Billy ended up with 3 that game.
Yeah.
So your first game with the Riff as a D partner, you end up with a multi-point game. How did that feel for you?
It felt pretty good to get my name on the score sheet a couple times, but I mean at the end of the day, it was just another game,
Yeah. Be up there with the ego booster and Ryan Riffer to help the points out a little bit.
Yeah.
Just helps a little bit.
It's always nice.
Yeah. We got Andrew in the back. Andrew, you have a question for your teammates?
All of you throughout the season have played with someone different than, have not played with the same player. What is the positives and negatives of each player you've played with? I mean, Billy, obviously playing with Bucci as opposed to Riff, and then the fourth line always getting the change, and Timmy getting shot in the third line as well. How do you feel each different combination has gone for you?
I mean, for me, I think that as a team, it gives us the flexibility. Me and Riff can play together, but if we need to change it up again, and me and Bucci need to come back, like we're fine. Like we can do that easily. So I like that flexibility. Like we could always play with each other. Like there's not really like, oh, I can't play with this guy. Like there's not really any of that. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, for my line, we always have Nick as center. So like he's my constant. I know where he is. It's great. And then just rotating with the other guys. I mean, just kind of picking up the chemistry, I guess, is like the negative side, but kind of experiencing it and like experimenting with like the new play styles of the 4 guys that are rotating within our line. Just kind of, I think, is a benefit.
Yeah, no. So coming as like my first year, I've never played with any of these guys before. So it's mostly just slowly getting to learn their style of play, where I should expect them to be. When Nick is in center, it's always like I know where he's gonna be. I know how I should react when a certain puck goes somewhere. And then playing on the third line, it's really interesting because I was playing with Bryce and Drass, and both of them are very fast players. So I know I can trust them to, when I get the puck up the ice, that I can trust them to get it. And especially like in our game against Duquesne, when I was playing with them, pressuring the points when they're trying to break out, I can expect them to cover a guy in case I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the fastest guy. So if in case I like miss a pickup, they always got my back. And I believe with all the lines, everyone knows how to react in case something like goes wrong or someone's out of position. And Borsh is really good with that, actually. Whenever I was out of position, he always helps pick up the guy. So.
This is a question I usually save for later in the year, but since Timmy's a candidate for one of these categories, I'm going to bring it back for this one. The All-Star Game competition for D4. We're going to go with hardest shot first. Who would you pick for the hardest shot on your team?
I don't know. Pager has that. Pager has that.
I have seen that cloud
He's
ball.
got the bomb.
That's who I would pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still consensus Pager across the board.
Yeah.
I'd put you out there too. I've seen your slap shot.
Yeah. It really. I have a hard slap shot, but Pager's just way more consistent with his.
No.
I sometimes just
accurate.
He's especially accurate. Yeah. No, it's got the juice. It just doesn't always go where I want it to go.
That's fair.
Timmy and Pager are the only 2 players on the team that have injured someone's foot with a
This
shot.
is true. You took out Jimmy.
I did take out.
At least for Pager, he took out someone that wasn't on the team, right? Yeah. Thank goodness.
Maybe I should do that next time instead of injuring our own goalie.
Yeah.
That might be a better idea.
I put Wolfield for the week.
No injured teammates.
No.
All right, let's move into most accurate.
I don't know, Kravitz. He puts the puck where he wants it.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty good at doing that.
I was gonna say, besides him, it's probably Griff.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give it to
You
him.
can
get
it to him.
Yeah.
You can give that out.
Don't say his name. Yeah, no.
We all know who it is.
Yeah, no, I was thinking Ref Kravitz. I mean, Ty has a really good, like, accurate shot down low, just like putting it right above the pads. Like, he actually had 2 goals with that. I would count you, but probably either Ref or Kravitz.
I'm putting Miles up there too. Miles,
Yeah.
seeing him up
If
there.
he hits the net.
Hey,
Well, that's a big.
I mean,
There's a lot of times he's going
I mean,
over.
there's a lot. There was one goal in practice where he was able to nip the
Yeah.
corner while I tied up Pager
Yeah.
in front of the net. Besides that, and then hitting me with a slap shot in my hand.
Len's also had a nasty snipe in practice,
Yeah.
but I don't know if he'd be able to do it in game. Still waiting
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Some of the rookie to score a goal.
Yeah.
We're waiting for that still.
Yeah.
Kiehl, you're shaking your head no to Riffner. I saw you over there. I'm going to call you out for that. Why are you saying no?
I mean, the amount of times that he comes in on me on the 1-on-0s between practices, and then misses the net and says, "God, I suck." I've lost count.
All right, fair enough.
Fastest skater.
Bryce is pretty quick.
Bryce is quick.
Bryce is quick.
Yeah.
We'll throw on the Conleys there a little bit, just like
You wanna bleep
acknowledge
that
their
out, too?
existence. Yeah.
We might have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Drass is a sleeper too.
Yeah.
He's quick. Yeah. All of Redline is quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say Bryce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go with shutout save streak. All right, shutout save streak. Which goaltender stopping the most in a row in a shutout?
Shootout.
Or shootout,
I'm
sorry.
going to shoot out. You going first?
I'm gonna need some time to think on this one.
Jimmy just has mine. Like he just knows me too well, and I like to purposely shoot glove side just so I can beat him once and be like, gotcha. But Jimmy gets me a lot.
I don't know. I get Jimmy a good bit.
Fair enough.
Why,
Shooter's choice.
sorry, Jimmy.
I think it's just a mental thing with me.
I remember the first few practices when we would do the 10-puck shootout drill.
Yeah.
Man, Brock just he had my number.
Yeah.
He was always like, "Don't always do the same thing." I was like, "No, I'm definitely doing the same thing now." But either Brock or Jimmy. I mean, obviously, like, I'd have to go Brock, just like personally, just not the most accurate with the puck. So I always have to get in close, and he's just really good at stopping that.
It's Brock, Jimmy. Your final answer, Brock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personal experience.
Sorry, Andrew.
I did snipe you once in the last practice.
I don't want to brag. When we did 10 puck, Griff was the only person to score on me.
Will I be allowed to change my answer?
Yes, you can.
I think I will have to go with Jimmy, just because. just because I did see last practice, Ryan Riffner did the Kucherov on Brock.
Fair enough.
Bad look for the goalie.
That's never a good look.
That's never a good look.
What's the fifth category I'm missing here, Andrew?
I don't know.
Speed
Hands.
shot. Hands.
Hands. We get hands. All right, let's do hands. Best hands on the team.
Timmy might be a sleeper pick.
You do it, I think.
You do. You might be a
I
sleeper
try.
pick.
I try.
Yeah. It's something I worked on a lot, but I'm nowhere near like some of the other guys on the team.
I don't know. Like I feel like Riff and Ty from a defensive
Ty,
view,
yeah.
They're able to dance through a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Move it well.
Yeah.
Also, the thing with me is I just can get my body in the way of them. It's not necessarily just hands, but
Yeah, but when you do like
Yeah.
a random spinner off in the middle of the
Toe
game
drag
and
somebody
the whole
randomly.
bench goes crazy,
Yeah.
it's great.
I want to say it, but I think kind of like Rich. I mean, like watching him skate up the ice, he just always seems to like know what moves to do to get around him. It's always the finishing part that
I think it's a great asset, but sometimes holds him back because
Yeah.
there was
Yep.
one time where he could have gotten a nice shot, but instead tried to go between the legs in between the two defensemen, and they just pitched him off.
That or he just looks off another guy who's wide open.
yeah.
Trying
The
to
ego,
dance
the
through.
ego gets in the
It's-
way.
yeah.
The ego gets in the way.
Yeah, there's definitely sometimes you see him go down like a 2-on-1. He tries to make the pass instead of like that time I want you to shoot.
Yeah.
And there's other times like
exactly.
no, I want to walk it the whole way, but you're
Yeah.
3 dudes open. Like
Yeah.
can't deny the talent.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Can't.
he gets a little ahead of himself. That's all.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Let's go back to scoring here between Timmy, Tulio, and Connor. The 3 rookies without a goal so far. Discuss who's getting the first one.
Well, we know that Connor and Tulio are rotating in our line this upcoming game.
I'm gonna say it's Timmy because you do get a lot of shots.
You do.
Yeah.
You put a lot of pucks on net.
The other
And
team's
one
scaring you.
of them's gonna go.
It's also I'm not going to say me. I actually think it's going to be Connor. But just being in front of the net and like having
Exactly.
people not be able to move you is just such a big help in just generating goals.
Yeah.
It's like whenever I played like club or high school, it's just 90% of my goals. I'm just in front of the net, and the puck just happens to be right there. I'm like, oh, cool. I guess I'll just
Yeah,
take this goal.
rebounds.
Yeah.
Rebounds, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think I'm going Tulio just because he communicates after every play. He comes up to me. He's like, okay, what can we do here? What can we do better? What did we do? You know. So I think that's what I'm going to work well with him.
Yeah.
I see it.
Of course, you know Tulio's older brother Sal.
I do.
Is there comparisons between Tulio and Sal?
Oh boy.
Tulio, I can tolerate for longer.
Lucky Sal.
Lucky Sal. I did live with him, so you know. No, I actually did just talk to Sal on the way up here, picking him up from the calf. But no, love them both. Good people.
Great family, the DiDomenicos.
Yeah, yeah.
We got Michaela in the back replacing Borsh for today. Michaela, do you have a question for the guys?
I guess for Connor and Billy, what's it like seeing Lytle as a coach now and like a mentor type of figure instead of a teammate like on the ice?
Definitely is different seeing him behind the bench instead of like out on the ice and like being able to play with him. But it's also nice to see like having somebody who has the experience of playing with us to being on the coach. He's able to point out a lot more things, like having the full view of everything compared to like just having like tunnel vision on the ice. So like when we come back, he's able to like point out things to us and that kind of thing. So
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit every point. It's just good having someone that knows the team that well be in the coach's position, and he knows how to communicate with us and talk to us and what we do wrong, what we do good. So you don't know.
He's a great coach. I
was going to say, alternate question. Lytle's a coach to you.
Oh, great coach. He like what you guys touched on. Yeah, anytime you come off the ice, he's always like he'll come up to you, like give you a little tidbit that you need to think of, or like something that he noticed out there. Yeah, no, especially in practices, real good to have him in practice because he's real morale booster out there. So, it's great having him as a coach.
We'll move into Ray moving from assistant coach to head coach. The differences with him in a different role this season.
yeah, I think a lot of the things he's done it's similar, but it's also very different in the way that like some of the drills we've done, how we've done those drills, just overall things that we've worked on. So I think that's like a kind of like the biggest switch coming in from Bubs to Ray.
Yeah, there's definitely I can't say the same thing you just said, but
I'll let you go first.
it's different and the same. He knows what we did last year and that worked, but he knows we need to change things for this year, so he's trying to change little bits at a time. So
Your thoughts on
He's a great coach. Yeah, he's great. He's just like, I mean, he always has a little piece of information for you to work on. Always like helping or being happy on the bench or in practice. It's just great to have him as a coach.
You mentioned, of course, you're from Maryland. You have the Nationals hat on. You're hiding a shirt of another team underneath your jacket.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's true.
That's what we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I know what it is. They don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But that team may include a certain Alex Ovechkin.
Could.
He's 34 goals away from tying Gretzky's record. Do you think it happens this year?
I hope, but probably not. I think he'll get really close. I don't know how consistent he'll continue. I know he's on a 5-game points goal streak, and that's insane at an age like that. But it's consistency. He has to stay consistent for the rest of the season. Injuries too. I don't want him to get injured, but it's seeming more and more likely. Like slowing down. I need like getting more rest, and I think it'll definitely happen early next year at the latest. Let's see. I mean, with Ovechkin, you never really know though, because he's just such a good goal scorer and a smart goal scorer that he always has the option to score that many goals in a season.
Right. What do you guys think? You think Ovi hits it this year?
I'm a hater. No.
Why are you hating?
Sid's better.
I never said Sid was bad.
I know.
That's
what I'm saying.
I'll say that Ovechkin's better.
Oh, no.
Don't get too ahead of yourself now.
Remember what city you're in. No, but I think it's going to happen next year. I just think just those factors. Is just,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think next year, 2 years like the latest, but like early in 2 seasons. But I think he's definitely going to get it.
I don't know. Is he going to make it 2 more years?
He'll make it 2 more years. I think the moment he hits that goal record, he's like, I'm done. I'm retiring. See you guys.
Going
Thanks.
to 900.
He'll get to 895.
He's going to 1,000. He's going to 1,000.
He's
got 10 more years though. That last year he's going to get 1 goal and see 1,000th goal.
Oh my gosh.
He's going to turn to Yager.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to retire. Sorry.
He is. He's retiring. This is last year.
Yager's last season.
Yes, I said finally.
Oh,
Finally.
My bad.
Use your ears, boys. Come
Oh,
on.
yeah. Sorry.
No, I want to backpedal a little bit. You said that Ovechkin is better than Crosby. I just want to hear your reasoning why.
Yeah.
Did they catch that on film?
Yes.
That is
Yeah, run that replay.
I just want to hear your reasoning why. That's all.
Injuries, big part. He didn't get as injured as much, especially earlier in his career. So, what?
So Crosby got injured more. So that
Oh,
means
so
he
he
lost,
lost- okay,
he lost time.
Okay,
He
here's
lost
what
time
I'll
better.
say. Sidney Crosby is a great player, like top 10 all time, guaranteed. Going in the Hall of Fame. I think he's had better help. I think he's been on a better team that's allowed him to be better around. Like Malkin, insanely good. Marc-Andre Fleury, insanely good. Chris Letang, insanely good. It's just he's had so much help, and that's not taking away from him. It's just allowing him to play. I don't want to say this in a way that's going to offend Sidney Crosby fans. I think Ovechkin had to deal with a really bad scenario and was able to take teams that probably shouldn't have been in the playoffs to the playoffs. It's like, okay, so here's the way I'll justify it. It's like the Sidney Crosby is like the Michael Jordan to Ovechkin's LeBron. And it's like, you can say one's better, but to be honest, I think they're even. I think Ovechkin Ovechkin gets a slight boost just because I've watched him play a lot. And I think the goals are a huge thing. But the assist numbers don't lie though. And it's just, I think they definitely are really, really, really close. But I'm just extremely biased towards Ovechkin right now.
Could I get a fact check on who has more points?
It's
Yes,
Crosby.
it's-
It's Crosby.
Sid is,
Fact check.
Sid is
Fact check,
10th
you know?
all time, I think, and Ovi I think is 15th.
Yeah.
It's 5 people.
But also Sid has played 200 less games.
I can do the math. I know it's 5 people.
Injuries.
Yes.
Didn't Sid hit 14,000 face-offs won or something?
He did.
Yeah,
That's
most,
a record.
most in
No, it's
the
not.
history.
I thought
Huh?
New record.
it said it was a record.
Yeah.
I thought it
They
was.
Yeah, I
started
thought it was.
calculating a year before. Bergeron has a year of face-offs from before the record started calculating, so he's still 300 behind.
Interesting.
That's why the
He'll
NHL
catch
or
up.
the Penguins never posted anything about it.
Okay, so you just
Give
win
him the rest
300
of the
more.
year.
That'll be done by
I was
February.
gonna say.
He's gonna get it.
He's gonna get it.
Working with the Penguins last night, and everyone in the room, Metzer included, being like, "No, that's just not true." It was funny watching him try and.
Who posted that first?
Was it not like
who spread
TSN
the
or
rumor?
something?
Yeah, I thought
Like-
it was. Yeah,
No,
someone-
TSN posted it after. It was an account called Gino Score,
Okay.
and then Bleacher Report picked it up, and then TSN.
It's the fake news, Mary.
The fake news.
The fake news is coming around the NHL.
If you look at NHL.com,
You guys got
he's
sent
still
out.
300 behind. But if you look at NHL records, he's just back.
Interesting.
And then NHL records started it in '95. Was when they started collecting.
I like the stat nerd back. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
The inside scoop.
I like the random stats. That's like one of my favorite things to talk.
I'm the one with the spreadsheet, so.
We appreciate it. Speaking of that spreadsheet, Timmy is on the spreadsheet, or I mean, in terms of point streak, you're on there.
Yep. Point streak.
You're tied for third with a 1-game point streak.
I'll take it. It is 1 game, but hopefully I'm building on that next time I play. Hopefully I get a goal too. I mean, can't let Bryce be the only one with a goal. I think. Embarrassing.
I also heard that you're going to be the cover athlete for this week's game day post. Is that correct? I thought you said that. I thought you said that.
Well, now I have to be.
Now you have to.
Yikes.
I thought you said that earlier.
No.
You're just
No,
saying
it's Miles.
Spreading
Is it Miles?
misinformation, man.
Okay.
I mean, that wasn't public information, but thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I got you.
How do you know before I do?
Huh?
How do you know?
No.
He's got the ears
Just
of
a
the
lucky
streets.
guess.
Inside scoop.
He's tuned into the underground stuff, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you involved in the making of these posts, Borsh?
Maybe. No. I can't do that.
Yeah, you should get me on that cover, man.
I think Timmy deserves to be on the cover eventually. But that's,
Yeah,
the man behind the
man,
camera is the one in charge of
I
that.
still have 3 more years, man. I have plenty of time.
But only one more. Well, not even a year left of Andrew. Maybe more. We don't know.
Well, didn't you say Eli was expressing interest in that?
I'm
Right?
probably in a path.
Hey, I'll do it. I'll be the cover athlete every week.
You make the game day post. It's your call.
Yeah. You just make every post. It's just a new picture of you.
It's
He is our new
It's just a photo of me.
You are the team now. You are our new team.
It's just every person's points are just under my name. We don't want to like dox anybody, so it's just all Tim Williams.
He leads in goalie stats, too.
Yeah.
They get me in there, man.
Hey, we'll speak of, I don't know how true it will be.
That's Mackie is awesome. I love talking with Mackie. He's so funny. He's also from Maryland, it was really funny. Also, I didn't know Ty was from Maryland.
Yeah.
You have, 4 players on the team from Maryland, if I have that correct?
Who's the other one?
Owen.
Is he
McCrory, yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know
They
that.
went to the same high school, pretty sure. Him and Ty.
Really? Me and
They
Mackie
played
went
on
to
the same team.
rival high schools. So
Did you ever play against Mackie?
I might have.
You could have.
It would have been his last. It would have been COVID year.
You're
It would have been my year on JV. Yeah, I was a freshman. He was a senior.
Senior, yeah.
But I'm trying to remember if we even played DeMatha. No, I don't think. I might not have. But I know my older brother definitely did when he was on JV. But
Between your 2 schools, who's won more of the rivalry?
Mount St. Joe. Mount St. Joe is just way better than DeMatha. You can quote me on that.
Pull up the facts about it.
I don't know. As long as I had been paying attention, Mount St. Joe won 3 state MIAA titles, and DeMatha had one. I'm pretty sure 0. So that's last I checked.
Subtle jab.
Subtle
jab.
Just 3-0. No biggie. No.
Yeah. So yeah, DeMatha's. I mean, they're not bad, just not as good as Mount St. Joe.
Kiehl, do you have another question for your teammates?
We're in the middle of a homestand, so we've been dressing up a little bit. Who's best dressed coming into home games?
I think Brock has shown up in a new suit each game.
Yeah.
I show up with the same suit every game.
Pretty
so
much.
I have one suit.
yeah.
I'll give points to Paige for his cowboy hat.
That's
So
what I was
it's
gonna
always
say.
iconic.
Yeah. And the first time I showed up and you had the cowboy hat, I was like, why'd you have a
Well,
cowboy
because
hat?
Pedro wasn't coming to that game, so I was like, well, I'm
That's
gonna
right.
wear
You
that
have to
hat.
carry the
Someone's
tradition, right?
gonna wear that hat. But
You were
I
not Pager.
no, I'm not.
Not
No.
Pager.
But a little inside scoop. Riff said there might be a chance they put me on defense for practice, just to
Oh, boy.
experiment
Oh boy.
when Ty leaves. Yeah.
Let's go. Three
Yeah,
spot.
because we
So
we
I
have
just-
6.
you got it right, yeah.
We'd still have 6 when Ty leaves.
I can try to come back and play. I mean, I played defense.
Well, they've
in high
also
school,
put
but-
Chris back there for a game,
Yep.
right?
They did for one game. Yes.
For a game.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, Borsh, did you not play one game in D3 at defense?
Nope.
At one point? Or maybe you had to drop back at some point?
It was probably just like during a play that I had to like
I don't-
rotate around, but
Because there's that one stretch your freshman year when you had 12 players play because everyone got sick.
yeah. No, that was. I was on 3 different lines.
That was
I've
one
never
of those
been. I've
interesting
never
games
had a
I called.
consistent line in my Army career.
Like, always someone.
There's always someone new on my line.
Never consistent.
Never consistent. But
Michaela, do you have another question for them?
What team are you most excited to play against this year? Could be someone you played already.
Oh no, I am looking forward to CMU this weekend.
Not like you two.
Get to run it back from the championship game last year. Get another fight against them.
No, I definitely have one play.
So yeah, I think that's the one I'm looking for the most this weekend.
I like to travel to Barron because I got a buddy up there that I like to visit, but I want to play at Altoona again. We need a redemption
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah. I like playing against Cal U, but I've only played against Cal U, and I think that's it. Well, I played against Duquesne in the early season.
Yeah.
Definitely want to play them again. Some unfinished business there, but
Yeah.
no, really every team I really want to play. Just like playing the game, I guess. You said there's going to be a fight. You said there was a fight last year.
In the championship game, there was.
There was, yeah. Eli. He
yeah.
didn't get thrown out. He just got put in the box.
Yeah, I want to play CMU.
Bring your boxing gloves.
Yeah. You see my gloves? They're practically boxing
Yeah.
gloves.
Do you think Cleveland State will actually have a team next week?
I say no.
Is that who we
Yeah.
Before you answer, their Instagram has been very lackluster. They've had 3 open tryouts, and 2 of them got canceled. I'm not sure if the third one even did happen. The game against Sinclair, who D3 was supposed to play, I don't think happened. There's just no record of it.
I'm going to go play for Cleveland State for a game.
We're entering the transfer portal.
Tim is Cleveland
Tim is
State.
Cleveland State. They got me in goal and on forward. Yeah, I hope they have a team.
Yeah, I'm gonna play him. I'll play anyone.
Do you think there's a team, though? Or do you think it's a Bishop Sycamore Eastern
Well,
College?
because wasn't the game we did have scheduled canceled because they were all sick? So that means there are players?
Well, they could have all been
Yeah.
sick if there was.
Or is there like one person that got sick, and that one person is their entire team?
Exactly. That's what
They
I mean.
have 6 people,
That's enough for
They
a
have
team.
the concept of
including a goalie, and one
that's
of them got
enough.
sick. One line.
Sounds like a
That's
fun
enough
game
to
for
play.
us.
I played a game with 8 people once, and it was the worst experience of my life.
Insane.
I had 6 goals, and I was so tired.
They're gonna look like a beer league team out there.
I don't feel like they're a real team. I don't know. I feel like teams would at least say something like,
It's all smoke and mirrors, man.
"Yeah." We'll find out next week when
I guess
3
so,
hours
yeah.
before the game starts. They say, "Yeah, actually, we're not coming."
Actually, we're not a team.
Not real.
Actually, we don't exist.
We're not
Yeah,
real.
I'll take the free ice time.
Just go out there and just skate.
I guess.
The scrimmage.
Yeah.
We have enough people to do
I was gonna say we can split our team.
Yeah.
We can have our own scrimmage.
Now, I do have a question for you two. Me and Timmy obviously were not there last week, but what happened in the Penn State Altoona game? In the most PG way possible, tell
Which
me what
part?
happened. Anything that happened throughout that game, because obviously I can't go back and see it.
Just
Timmy
run-
wasn't there.
Yeah, run it. I
Is
just
that
want to know
still
what
not-
happened. So just run
I'll
me
put
through
that
it.
up later.
Do we have do you know like when it could be?
Massacre today.
But just the best way to try to explain
Um,
the game.
They're buried in the footage.
We should.
Emotions
Burn.
ran high.
Okay.
And I'd say we didn't really have the best start that we could have. And we just dug ourselves a hole in the first couple minutes. And then after that, we picked it up, but we just couldn't dig ourselves out.
We just didn't. We didn't show up. We didn't show up to the game. We had extra time too before the game
Was it-
that they did not have.
Altoona thought the game was at 2:40, and we're told at 1:30 the game is actually. Or no, not 1:30. At 1, the game is actually at 2.
Yeah, but
So
we
they
just
lost
Was it
40
there
minutes
or
of
was it
preparation.
it was here.
Oh, okay.
We just came out flat-footed. We did not show up. But once we started playing our game, the way we practiced it, I was telling everyone it was a 2-1 game. It was a 2-1 game when we were playing our game. So we just got to do that at the start.
Yeah.
Hit the ground running.
Altoona had 10 shots in the second and third period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, once we picked it up, like we were going, and we just couldn't dig ourselves out of that hole that we dug.
They're the Carolina Hurricanes of last night. What,
Yeah.
18 shots, 5 goals, or whatever it was? Not fun.
No, that was bad.
Now, Timmy's happy. His Capitals are doing just fine over there. All right, let's go in.
Sure.
Score prediction for this weekend, and who do you think will get a goal?
I'm gonna base what I say off of what they say because I've never seen Carnegie.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I've heard that CMU is probably about at our level, so I think it's gonna be a pretty fair game. I'm probably maybe a 4-3, 3-2 type of game, like very close game. I really think that against them, anyone's open to score.
I'm going. It's a 4-2 win for us. This guy gets a goal. Miles gets a goal.
Yeah, right.
Riff gets a goal. Kravitz gets a goal.
That sounds like a nice parlay right there.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. No, I'm
How
also
much you
going to
put on
agree. Probably like 4-2, 4-3. Going to be a close game based on what they're saying. Goal-wise, I think Tulio's going to get one. Or Connor.
Ooh, okay, I like
I
that.
think they the way they've been practicing, like watching them practice, they understand, they see the speed of the game better. Man, Connor's got a great shot too. So yeah, one of them's gonna score. Riff probably, not Billy.
That's neat.
No, maybe
He should have had a goal last night.
Yeah, that would
He
have
should have had a goal.
back-to-back
Okay.
games.
I think
on
you
that
probably
point
will score, but they're gonna get called back. Not you. Someone's gonna tip it. Like, you're gonna have a great shot. Gonna get a great assist.
Get the apple then.
Yeah. Hey, a point's a point.
Exactly.
If you
It's
have-
different
if you
from
have
someone
a
who's in the
shot,
top
Sam,
5 with
sorry.
point streaks. A point's a point.
Yeah, exactly.
Even from the bench.
Yeah,
Exactly.
especially.
About the logo on the front, Tim, not the name on the back.
We don't have names on the
It's not about the number on the back.
It's about the logo on the front.
Yeah.
You played for this team. Yeah. No, but I think it'll be a good game.
Final question is, you two know how this drill works. Timmy, you're new to this. Between the three of you, pick who gets to come on next for your team.
Will we ever get the colors on here?
Probably not.
That's what I was gonna say, but I know they're not gonna.
We've tried.
Let's get the roommates. Let's get Jimmy and Nick.
All right, yeah, they're always my backup. So
Yeah,
Jimmy and
Moore.
that too.
I think that would be an interesting one.
I think
want to
just-
come on. If Mackie and Bart come on, I want to come on again. I love to. We
Yeah,
go to
get Mackie
Sheets
at
after
some.
sometimes.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
think some you get Maggie.
Definitely gonna get Mackie on something.
Yeah. I say we just go clean Jimmy and Nick,
Yeah.
and we'll have a game show segment like last time.
That was.
Oh, but we need another person for that.
Well, you
know,
could
two
just hop
teams.
in, just grab a chair and just come in.
Oh, I'm horrible at that. I like asking them.
Hey, Borshy, I'm free if you ever need anything.
Okay, all right. I got
This was a
people.
lot of fun.
I got people that really don't want to come on this podcast. So you saying
I'm
that is
not
great.
one of them. I love this.
There's 2 people that so far have told us no, and everyone else seems fair game for the most
Yeah,
part. So I mean,
pretty much, yeah.
That's a pretty good percentage right there.
Maybe
There's
just
one
a
thing I like
goalie
to do is
panel
talk.
too.
We could do a goalie.
Goalie panel.
Right. Jimmy, Andrew's already back.
Yeah, he's back there. He's good.
Yeah.
Should we?
Then you get your Mackie.
Yeah, exactly.
Should
You
we
get all the
throw
boxes.
Brock with Jimmy and Nick next?
Make the numbers.
Does no? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a Pat story.
True.
So yeah.
True. Yeah.
Throw the goalies. And
We'll do that. Yeah.
All right, I'm fine with that. It's your guys' pick. That's all we do.
Lock it in the pick.
All right,
Walk
yeah.
in the pick. All right.
Oh, this guy.
This guy
knows what he's
pick
talking
is
about.
in. Play the NFL draft music over that,
Yeah.
and then get kicked out of the election pool when you do it.
Yeah.
You guys hear about that story? Someone, after you start going in each bubble, you play the NFL draft music, like when you walk up, like, dun, dun, dun. Got kicked out of voting for it.
That's crazy.
Don't know where it is. I saw it on Twitter somewhere.
Nice.
It's crazy.
The D4 Colonials take on Carnegie Mellon on Saturday at 8 o'clock.
9:10.
9:10? Why are we scheduling games so late?
Our last game was at 4.
Yeah.
3? It was a 2. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
We just talked about
Next
this.
week's at 3:45.
Consistency. There's no consistency
No
in these
consistency.
schedules. All right. Saturday, 9:10. The D4 team takes on CMU. We'll thank Billy, Connor, and Timmy for coming on here. We have 3 Division 3 players coming on next. Stay tuned for that, boys. Thanks for coming on.
Of course. Yeah, thank you guys.
We'll be right back. Welcome back into R&B Club Hockey Live. We got Zach Blevins and Owen Newton beside me here. Boys, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
So tonight, Kent State comes into town, 23rd ranked in the country. This is a big game. After a really impressive weekend last week with the game at Case Western and a really close battle with Cal, what's the message for tonight's game versus Kent?
Well, I would say Coach Norm Riffner. He's been letting us know how many students go to Kent State and how many students go to RMU, and basically told us that we're not going to out-talent them. So we're going to have to outwork them. I know that some of the guys on the team said the last couple of years they've had some close games with them just by playing hard. And obviously not trying to outskill them, but more just outwork them. So hopefully that's what we're going to try to do tonight, see if we can do it.
Yeah, I agree with a lot. Norm definitely has brought up that. I think it's like 40,000 to 5,000
Yeah.
or something like that.
So like 35,000.
Oh, that's only a $35,000.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Oh,
Yeah. But I know we've had this date circled on our calendars for a little bit, so I'm excited for tonight.
It's not the first time the D3 team has taken on a ranked opponent. Last year they took on St. Vincent, who was ranked 22, or 21, excuse me.
Yep.
They went down. It's the Cinderella story sometimes comes into play. St. Vincent's also somehow ranked too.
Hey,
You guys beat
and we beat them.
Cal beat them. Like,
Right.
I don't know. Their rankings don't make much sense.
I'm not sure I understand them, to be honest.
That's just the way it works.
I guess so.
But you go into tomorrow. Akron, they were 0-7 to start the year. They've won their last 2, but obviously you can't take games like that very
Right.
softly, of
Yeah.
course.
I don't know. I think that we're just trying to pile up wins. Obviously, 2 games under 500, maybe, I don't know, technically 3 since we lost in a shootout, or what it is, or 1 game, I'm not totally sure. But we're trying to get back up to 500 and move ourselves up the rankings a little bit, even though, like you said, sometimes it doesn't really, anybody can really beat anyone. But hopefully get a win tonight, and then pile 2 wins on this weekend would be really nice. But if we don't win tonight, win tomorrow, bounce back game, get 2 wins hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely got to start stronger. I think first period's been our worst period all year, and especially against Case, but looking to build on it this weekend.
Yeah.
So let's learn a little about both of you coming into your first year Army, second year of collegiate hockey. Walk us through your young, you got into the game, and then we'll work our way into college later on, but just kind of working your way into hockey. How did that stuff for you both?
Sure. I mean, I think it's been, 2, maybe 3 years in our entire life we haven't been on the same team.
Yeah. So it starts young.
Yeah. Salmon River Hockey is the organization we both played youth hockey pretty much all the way growing up. About 15 minutes from our hometown. And, yeah, I mean, we played there. I played there my entire life before JCC. Zach played and went travel a couple other teams, but, yeah, it was awesome. Made a lot of friends I still talk to there, and actually I was lucky enough to play with a couple of them at JCC on that first ever team, so it was really kind of a full circle moment because we even got to play at our home rink a couple times, so that was really cool.
Yeah, so basically the same. We actually were neighbors, so we lived across from each other since I was 4 years old. He's lived there his whole life. So anyways, we've known each other for most of our lives. We played hockey with each other since we were 4 years old, and then I played AAA for a couple of years for Rochester Coalition, and then I would say high school hockey was the biggest thing. We both played on the same high school hockey team. If Guapo was here, which he's not, we could have talked about a little bit of the rivalries in New York State high school hockey, but he's not here, even though he's from Orchard Park. We don't really know much about that.
I know it's a little different in Pennsylvania, but high school hockey is pretty much a big thing in New York, where like our travel seasons will split for that time and in between for high school. I think Jackson was saying it might be a little different here.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know fully, but that's like the big thing. And then JCC, close to home, got a free year there for school, and they started a hockey team in AAU, obviously, which is a little bit different than ACHA, but had a good year there. I don't know exactly what our record was, maybe 15-10, I think. So we had a good first year, and now that program's building a lot. Like they have 35 kids this year.
Just had 2 people commit to next year on Instagram
already,
posted today.
Yeah, and then we both made our way here and liking it so far.
What was the decision to move up to go to RMU from JCC? Of course, both of you had pretty successful years last year, but the decision to come to RMU, why did you decide to leave to come here?
I would say so. He's been a Pittsburgh sports fan his entire life, and he was obviously in Pittsburgh a good amount to see games and stuff. So he visited here. He relayed to me. He said, "Oh, you got to check this place out. I really liked it." So then eventually, I ended up coming on a visit. Instantly, really liked the campus. Knew that they had a lot of hockey teams, a lot of opportunity to play hockey, and so I decided to also come here. And I think I made a good decision so far.
I mean, ever since I first visited here, I knew this is where I wanted to be. So, I don't know, I've always wanted to be here, but that year at JCC was still really nice, and the only reason I wasn't there another year is because for my major it didn't really make sense. Like there was no more credits pretty much to be transferred, so that's why I made the jump this year.
Blevins, if I stand corrected, you were the captain of the first ever team, correct?
I was, yes.
What was the honor like to, inaugural team
That-
to get to, especially as a freshman, to earn that C on your chest?
It was awesome. I mean, our coach, known him for a while, he coached us in youth summer hockey for a while, so we kind of moved our way up with him. So he knew me pretty well. He was the alternate captain, actually one of them, and us being able to lead that team, especially when we started to get more players, it was pretty special. Just kind of see how far we could go with this, see what we can do with the program, and being a first year captain, it was definitely really special to me.
we were both officers off ice too for the actual club, so we attended like student government meetings and all that fun stuff off ice. Yeah.
Be the one in charge to make sure you can bus money,
Be able to,
go to games,
Exactly.
ice time, and all that.
That
stuff.
was the biggest thing, was getting money for the program, really was.
Especially for a first year. Like,
Yeah,
no one really knows what you're about quite yet.
Yeah.
Too.
And now after they saw the success that we had, and just like how many fans we would pull out the games, they funded them way more this year. So they're able to. Actually, last year we had to drive to games on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have vans that they're taking. Not buses quite yet. Maybe in a couple of years we'll see. But the funding's definitely a big thing.
It was really cool. Our home opener had almost 300 people, and we didn't even have jerseys. Well, we had like practice jerseys, basically. No socks, no helmet, like nothing. It was pretty much just a practice jersey, the only thing we could afford then. But then by the end of the year, we had full uniforms, gloves, helmets, everything. So it was really
Literally
cool.
from the ground up.
Basically, yeah.
I know individual success, you don't like toot your own horn, but for you, you led the AAU in goals, points, you got national recognition for everything that you did. 55 goals, 103 points. The season that you had, historic. How would you describe that season as a whole?
It was pretty special. I honestly, I don't like to talk about it that much because it's just like, I'm not, like we were just kind of playing, you just kind of go, and then it just piles up weekend after weekend. But at the beginning, we only had, I say that the reason that I had that many is because at the beginning of the year, we only had 12 kids on our team. So I was probably playing 40 minutes a night of the 60 minutes. And it's like you're out there every other shift, you're able to find a rhythm and be able to, you put one in early, then you're like, you got 39 more minutes to score goals. So, but, I mean, it's definitely the AAU too, is definitely a little bit different than the ACHA, especially our league, but we still played a lot of good teams, I would say, but just, I don't even know. I just thought it was special. I don't even care about the points that much, but being able to play with him, being able to play with my brother who ended up playing on the team, and all the people that I played high school and against, playing high school against my entire life, being on the same team. And I thought it was a really special year. I wouldn't take it back for anything, really.
The adjustment from AAU to OSHA, you said has been different. What kind of differences have you noticed between the two leagues?
It's definitely a little different. I think that you definitely have to make a little bit more with your chances, opportunities. When you get opportunities, you have to capitalize on them, which I don't know if I have so far. Too much. The post has kind of owned me, but also just the first games in Flint, you have to think a little bit quicker. The people around you quicker. There's a little less open ice, which will come with the more you play, right? But so far, I think it's a little bit. I'd say it's a little higher level, but I think that you're also playing with some higher level kids, so you're able to move the puck quicker, and I think it's a little bit more systems based too, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think defense is a lot better because, I mean, AAU, our games, it wouldn't be uncommon for it to be a 6-8 game, and here, we've only, I think,
Defense
10 was the most.
Yeah, defense was optional there.
Yeah, but I would say that was the biggest difference.
When you come to Army, try out, you make the D3 team, you see how many kids are on the ice, you're all battling, and you see a team take, 30 plus kids as well.
Yeah.
Now you're starting to, you got to fight for ice time.
Right.
What was your first impression of just like the group that you had for D3?
Yeah, I think it's a good group. I think that it's actually good when you have that many kids on your team, just because if you don't have any competition during practice, then you might just start coasting and just let's get through this, rather than you have to battle and work for your ice time in practice, or else you're going to be a scratch. So I think that and everybody understands that. Everybody works hard to kind of push each other to do better, which I think is really good. And then the guys are pretty cool too. They're a good group.
It's definitely very different from, like you said, having 14 guys last year, and we pretty much recruited most of them. So we knew the coach really well, and then coming here we know nobody. So it's different, but I really liked it.
Yeah.
You talked about the Flint game. Was there a specific moment, or maybe it was later in the season as well, where you had that welcome to the ACHA moment?
You have one? I could go, but not in Flint.
Not a big one, but just like, wow, I guess. I don't know.
Everybody told me I was going to have one, so the first weekend I was kind of like, okay, let's play simple and not try to get my head taken off, which is a pretty common theme with me. They're telling me to keep it simple. But last weekend, I would say, I guess, I got my bell rung a couple times by Kiehl. They got some big defensemen. Oh, yeah. But I don't know if nothing too bad, but definitely hurt a little bit. Hurt the pride a little bit more than it hurt me physically. But yeah, I'd say that's it.
What do you think? What was any moment so far? Are you just kind of like, whoa, this is not what I expected?
I don't know, maybe just one where it's like I had a turnover in the D zone and they scored almost instantly off of it. And I know like AU, I could play a lot more risky, I guess, than I can in the ACHA.
You want to know what mine actually is? It's that breakaway that I had with that against that goalie from St. Vincent's.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah, I
first
was like-
period, you had him. What a beautiful move.
Yeah,
Just that goalie, coincidentally, is the best in the college hockey.
kind of looked like Connor Hellebuck out there. He's stretching post to post. I could not believe that.
MSG.
Yeah.
He is a hard goalie.
Yeah,
So the
he's
fact
a
that you
good
guys got that many on him
We did.
is impressive.
I heard that he is injured.
Yeah, I think
Something. I don't know.
Well, also he's the only goalie on their roster,
Okay.
so that doesn't help his case at all.
No, not at all. That gives them problems for sure if he actually is injured.
Definitely need more than one goalie on our roster.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No matter how good you are.
Oh yeah, you need some rest days here and there,
Yeah.
or someone to back up if necessary.
Funny on that is we almost didn't have a team at JCC last year because we didn't have a goal.
Yeah, there you go.
We were having plans to have like one of our position players suit up, but it worked out okay. We ended up getting 2, and then ended with 3 at the end of the year. So
we faced that before.
yeah.
Let's go to your guys' first Acha goals. Do you remember it and just the relief to finally just get the first one off the back?
Mine was at Cadeyn during their charity game. Honestly, it was after Flint. I had 2 pointless games, so like I need to do something tonight, hopefully, and get a goal back on track. Kind of was a little scramble off the face-off, and Ethan Bendekovic ended up passing it to me back door. I almost missed the wide open net. Hit the post, went off the back of the goalie and went in. So then it was kind of like all right, settle down. You're good. You finally scored. Now it's just hockey from there. And yeah.
The ACHA website actually says I have one, but I actually don't. So I
why
would like
did
to take credit for it, but I actually don't have one yet.
Did you get a point at least on it, or were they just kind of just like, you know what?
I don't even think I was on the ice, to be honest with you. I don't know. I really
They're
don't
dishing
know.
out goals. You gotta.
I know, I'm not
You could just
complaining.
came up with a random story and we
I
wouldn't
know.
know.
I know.
I was going to say, like, you scored tonight. I've been like, oh, that's Newton's second
Yeah,
goal of his
second
career.
goal, yeah.
No, I got to completely change it.
Now you gotta score your first tonight.
Yeah. Yep.
And
It's
everybody
the only
just
way
sees
we have to fix it.
Yeah. Exactly.
I agree.
Andrew, do you have a question for the boys?
You guys have known each other for a long time. So besides each other, who on the team have you gotten to know best on and off the ice?
You go.
All right. I would say Jackson and Wade. Just ever kind of from the first tryout, they're the ones that I've really kind of be like, all right, I want to hang out with them, and luckily they've taken me under their wing a little bit. I know hung out with Bendy a lot too. He was kind of the first one I really hung out with, but I would say Jackson and Wade so far.
I'm gonna answer this carefully because I don't know if they're watching. I don't want to make anybody mad. I would say on the ice and off the ice for me, it's definitely Bendy, just because we're on the same line. Also, Bats as well. We're on the same. We all play on the same line. Off the ice, Bendy and I, we play a lot of basketball together in the rec. You've seen us there. We like to play every Monday, and then we hang out sometimes. Other than that, I mean, there's a lot of people. Jackson and Wade too. We hang out with them all the time. There's so many. Joe, we get Joe Laquatra. We go to stick time a couple times a week. We got pretty close, and then also Lindsay, Brandon. We've been pretty close the last couple weeks. He's a really good guy, so it's hard not to be. I mean, everybody I feel like I can have good conversations with and hang out with.
Not really anybody we have.
Yeah. Me and Connor, everyone out and about, so.
Let's say the veteran group that you guys have this year seemingly just kind of took you guys all in immediately and just have been great so far. That's something I told you when you first came here. Like, no matter what team you go on, the leadership group's going to take you in. You're going to have, you're playing little lunch dates with everybody and, go shoot basketball or something.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
For sure.
You just gel right there.
Yeah. For you guys, you don't know many of the teams that you haven't played quite yet. Is there a specific game on the schedule that you're kind of circling ahead of time being like, yeah, I'm ready to play them?
I would have said Duquesne, but
I would have too.
maybe West Virginia. Is that
Did we
what
play them this
I
year?
feel like
You
that
played
was
both of
a-
them.
Okay. We played Duquesne already. let's see.
Duquesne was not a big fan of you guys.
No, they didn't
They
like
barely
not
beat
at all.
D4, and then they got
They didn't like
first
us.
period mercy ruled by you guys.
They were just trying to take our heads off at all times. Not even just with hits, like with slashes, cross checks. I would almost say that game against St. Vincent's was really fun. I thought. I mean, obviously, good goalie, good team, and they had some guys that wanted to talk a little bit. So the second time, I think we play them again, right? They have to. So the second time against them will be fun. Definitely tonight too. Kent State, I've heard they're a good team, so playing them will be fun.
So you could ask anybody that was on the team last year about West Virginia.
Yeah.
In that game alone, I think 7 people got kicked out in the last
That's it.
5 minutes.
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
So-
that's why I was saying it.
That
Oh,
West
that'll be
Virginia
fun.
rivalry
Yeah.
is something else to
Yeah.
say.
Okay. So I'll circle that one on the calendar, I guess. Maybe I'll be sick that week or something.
Ooh, my arm. I don't
Yeah, no, I don't
go this week, guys. Sorry.
That's not my style right there.
For you, Blevins, I mean, once again, not trying to pump the tires. You're first on the team in points. So the points are coming.
You hear that, Kasivi?
Okay. Take away Kissimmee. You're tied with goals with them now, I think,
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
Well, let's go into Kissimmee for a second.
Yeah.
5 goals. He's on a heater.
Yes.
What is up with Kissimmee?
Big Red is just in the right place at the right time, and he makes the most of his opportunities. But every time he scores, he makes sure he skates to the line. He's pointing at me. He's like, "I'm right here, Blevins." So we like to go back and forth a little bit. Jackson was leading the team in goals for a little bit, and as Norm says, that can't happen if you want to be successful. So if Jackson's listening to this, that's also a little shout at Jackson. But
He said he's putting 20 up tonight, though. So
I trust him. I do. He might.
We'll see.
He's been scoring a lot of goals. But I think Kasivi's a good player. He's very opportunistic. Like if he gets a chance, he's gonna finish. He's always in the right spot. So, yeah.
So far this season, who would you give the goal of the year to? I'm only saying this because you brought up Jackson. I think he's in contention for it.
That one between
That
the
was
legs
nice.
there. To tie it at St. Vincent's, you're talking about? Yeah, that was a really nice goal. You got one? I want to think for a second. Oh, I got to shout out Bendy for this one, actually. At Duquesne, he went bar down from the top of the hashes.
Yes, he did.
And he got me an assist. That was nice, but it was a really good shot. So I would say that and Jackson's goal, because Jackson does that little slide through the 5-hole during practice all the time, and it always seems to go in. And when that happened on the bench, I don't think I've ever been on a more electric bench than when that goal went in. So I'll say that one for sure.
I can't remember who scored, if it was Jackson or Wade, but the very first their goal in Flint, Michigan,
Pass off that.
Jackson lost his glove and then immediately got into like a little scrum afterward. It was pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah, he went diving into the goal and with the puck without a glove, so that was pretty funny.
Where was it? He fell off the bench too, and then went and scored.
Oh,
1
that
second
was
left.
also funny. And
That was a charity
at
game.
Cal U
At
charity
Cal U.
game, I don't want to shout him out, but this kid on Cal scored an empty netter to take it 4-2, and he went by our bench and did the night thing. So Jackson tried to get out there and go tussle with him, and instead Jackson fell off the bench
And then went and scored next
hurt
shift,
himself,
so.
and then scored. So
That was fun.
It's a little way to score.
Jackson's got some good stories and some good goals, I guess. So
Of course, they were the ones that call you guys out to come on the pod next.
Yeah.
Jackson also said in that podcast, right before the St. Vincent game, almost identically, I'm scoring on the goalie. I've beat him all summer.
he did.
Wow.
Called a shot.
Do you want to call your shot?
Oh, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
I think Owen can call a shot.
No, I need to get one first. I can't be doing that.
I guess I don't want. I definitely want to score. I don't know if but I mean, as long as you're contributing. I don't know anybody on these teams, so I can't be like, hey,
Exactly,
I know
it's a little
this guy, I'm gonna
different.
go score on him. But I don't know. Maybe shout out Norm. Say, hey, I'm gonna go score a skillful goal instead of a early goal. I don't know. I have nothing. I don't know.
Not a
Any
It all
goal's a
comes
goal.
up
I
the
don't
same.
really care. Yeah,
All count the same.
I'll score whatever. Hopefully I score. That's all I say.
So out of, I guess we can call them rookie goals. Owen's included in this as well. Who do you want to see get their first goal?
Easily in.
Okay.
But I mean, I like to see all of them get a goal.
Hey, Owen, who do you want to see score their
I was
first?
gonna say Kloss because he's been knocking on the door for a bunch of games now, but
Doesn't he have credit for
he got
one
one
too?
down last
He actually
weekend.
did.
He
Okay.
did last weekend.
Who else?
But
Because what's-
Wapo, does he have one yet?
I don't think.
Well, he didn't show up, so I don't know if I
got
want him
one
to
last
score.
weekend.
What's that? Sydney has one, right?
Yep, Guapo's not playing tonight. Landon's not playing.
Danny got one. He deserves
Andy
one.
got one.
Austin just has a ton of assists.
Austin could. I'd love to see
Austin.
Austin score one.
Literally any of them.
Who else? Crivelli scored.
Crivelli has one.
First hasn't scored yet. I want to see Lindsay get a goal really badly. He's not really. I don't know if you'd consider a rookie because he played D4 last year, but
No.
I would consider him a D3 rookie. I want him to see.
You can consider D3. Like,
I want to see him score a goal badly.
He did get his first point.
He
last
did,
week.
and he needs a goal just for him.
Talked to his old teammate over there.
Okay.
He said that all of last year. Lindsay needs to score a goal. Lindsay needs to get going.
He does need to.
Bench will go crazy if he does. I can guarantee
Yes,
that.
it will.
It's one player, so I just want to. Full steam Lindsay, I think, is unstoppable.
He's fast. He's so
Because
fast.
once he just needs to get going.
Yeah.
After that, you're not stopping him.
I know. I agree. You got to tell him that. I agree.
And Judy, how many times have you guys told him that?
Oh, before every game at least.
Hopefully he's watching this. You hear that, Lindsay? Full speed Lindsay's unstoppable. I'm gonna clip that, send that to him.
We need it.
I agree.
You guys don't have any more big road trips coming up. But out of the away teams that you've learned about, is there one specific rink that you guys are looking forward to playing in? Or town?
Rocket Mortgage was fun,
It was.
obviously, but
That was super
that's
cool.
different.
I hope we never go back to Flint. I'll say that.
No, you'll go back next year. I promise you.
I'm not a fan of the Alpha Ice Center. We'll
I don't
say
think
that.
anyone is.
I don't know any of the rinks. To
Other
be
than
honest.
Rocket Mortgage, I haven't been in a rink that I'm like, wow, this is actually nice.
Who else do we play away? St. Vincent's. Where do they play?
What would you say about St. Vincent's?
It's okay.
It's all right.
Calu's rink was kind of cool. I mean, it's old. It's
Yeah.
really old, but it's a little like.
It's not. Morgantown Ice Arena is a little.
Is it bad?
I don't. You're not gonna have fun in Morgantown.
Do we play Kent State away?
Yes.
They
Kent
have a
State's
good rink?
decent. They have a nice rink.
All right, I'll say them.
Do we play in Clearview tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm excited for that. We haven't
played
played
Clearview.
Clearview.
Yeah,
yet.
this is your first Clearview game.
Yeah.
Back-to-back Clearview days.
It's a nice little stretch where we have it, and then once we get to January, so yeah, see ya.
Yep, yeah,
See
no.
ya, all done.
When the playoff implicated hockey comes out.
Then you have to go to the big sheet,
Yeah.
and then you get the very, very nice camera angle that we have.
I like the big sheet personally, just because I think it benefits how I play, just a little bit more room.
We practice on it
Move.
once a week, too. So.
Yeah.
You guys are one side, one the other. Is that
Yep.
on purpose, or is it you know who the game and personally practice over
I
there?
don't know. I
It's
think
been like that every year since I've been here.
Really?
does D4 practice Olympic?
We do Olympic Monday, Clearview.
Okay, because we practice the same time as D4
On
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
So we do Olympic and they do Clearview.
We had your guys' practice schedule the past 3 years. They switched.
Okay,
it.
they just switched. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I'm okay with it though. Give it a little feel of both.
Do you think the Olympic ice is more choppy than Clearview?
100%.
Definitely.
100%. But it makes up for it.
Crease yesterday was in rough shape. Or
Yeah.
not Wednesday, yesterday, but
I don't know what
Wednesday.
happened there.
There's one thing you'll notice with Olympic, and you'll see it more throughout the season, is especially goalies who like to slide a lot. Those nets come off.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
every
did.
time.
It happened last week against Cadeyn. Their goalie kept kicking
Yeah.
on that. I don't even think it was his fault, but
Most of the time it's not. Some
we were
goalies
getting a
will be
little
like,
upset.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, we were getting a little mad. We were on the power play and they kept knocking it off. So
I don't even think they put a post in, honestly.
I
They're
don't.
just like, you know what, we're going to keep it here,
I agree.
and if it stays, it stays. If it doesn't, we'll blow up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Checks out.
For your guys' jersey numbers, is there any particular reason behind it, or is it just the bad luck of the draw?
You go first.
I was really happy with 4. I was 14, pretty much, or 14, 4, 41, any like variation of that all the way growing up. So I was really happy that 4 fell to me.
I've always worn number 8, but that was already taken by Jack Jones, and rookies get last pick. So it was I was gonna pick 26 because that's what my brothers wore his whole life, but then Austin was behind me and said, I really want 26 really badly, so I decided not to wear that. And then I thought 21 looked like a good number. I've never wore it before, but I like it so far. I know that was Newton's number before, Justin. He still has 21 stickers on his helmet. I offered to switch with him, but he said he wanted some new mojo going, so.
That's going to be my next question. Was he going to
Yeah.
offer to buy the jersey off?
I offered to just give it to him for free, and he said he didn't want him. So I would be, what's he wear, number 3? I would be number 3, but he just said he didn't want to do that. So.
And Bendy was number 3.
And
he
then
switched
he was
to
14. He did, which has some other reasons according to people in the locker room. That number's cursed, but I don't know.
Not curse for Justin right now. He's on what 3 games in his last 4,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
3 games.
I think it's pretty good for him.
I
Oh,
agree.
for sure.
Is it confusing now that Justin is back? Just like if you just hear Nudie and you're just about like wait.
Every time. Literally every time.
Tell him what Luff calls him.
OG.
We
OG
call him
Nudie.
OG.
And they're young Nudie.
And then you're
Yeah.
new, right? Or what?
Just anything else, really.
Anything
I don't
but
know.
OG.
It depends on the day. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is very, very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
You look at your flow, Owen. Probably one of the best on the team.
Oh, thank you.
Who do you think is up there in terms of best flow?
Oh, man. I rock with Austin.
Awesome.
a
I
lot.
was gonna say awesome.
Just because, I don't know. It looks good. I like long blonde hair, so.
Sleeper JB's got a little flow. He's got a little flow going.
He's had that same hair for the last 4 years, 5
Yeah.
years.
He kind of does like the little slick back a little bit, and yeah, he's rocking it. But
Waves look good, though. I like waves.
he's got some flow. I don't know if anybody else does. I think we have a lot of short hair guys.
Sid's got long hair.
Sid does have long hair. I don't even know. Who that is. I was gonna say Austin, but
Yeah, I agree.
And it's only been a couple home games. Let's go into best dressed. Who has the best suit rolling into the rink?
not me. That's for sure. Make people joke that I don't have an iron.
Are you just
So-
a one suit guy?
Yeah, and I wore khakis and I didn't have an iron, so they were terrible. Not Guapo, that's for sure.
Just throw him under the bus. He can't even defend himself.
He wore a green shirt with a blue suit.
That's
You got
interesting.
fined. You got
I find
fined for
it
that.
I find
Noah. He's got the shades going usually too.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't-
Joe.
Does Weeks count?
Weeks counts.
Weeks is always
Weeks
yeah,
definitely
so
has some
good.
style.
Yeah.
Weeks got style for sure. You dress pretty well. You dress very well actually. I would actually give him top 5, top 3 maybe.
You're just getting compliments
I
left and
know.
right now.
I'm just last place. So I don't know.
All right, we'll go other side. Worst dress besides you.
Guapo. Just landing. It's not cool.
It's just the color combination was not good. Not good.
Who else can we throw under the bus though? There's got to be some other people. What about Halloween? Worst dress?
I don't know.
First. I'm gonna give it the first.
What even was it?
I don't know. That's why.
Fair enough.
You don't know the costume. You're automatically
I think he was
last.
Creed, but I don't know. I couldn't really tell. So, but I can't think of. We've only had 2 home games, so, or 2.
St. Vincent and Cal.
So I need to
That's it.
see. I'll see tonight, and then I'll report back.
Because Sinclair just canceled.
They
it.
did. They disappeared
Yeah,
off the
brutal.
face of the earth.
So we talked about this with the last group who was on. That was the D4 group. They played Cleveland State, who
Mhm.
they play next
Yeah.
weekend, who is still having open tryouts.
Cleveland State
Holy
is.
smokes.
I don't think they exist.
That would definitely check out. Maybe they.
They supposedly had a 2-game stand against each other, and it is nowhere to be found.
It's not reported or
It's
anything.
just gone.
That weekend was tough because both of our parents and my grandparents were up here too that weekend. But
No.
sorry, they got to
were
watch
live,
our
yeah.
scrimmage. So
Our
They did.
very fun
Yeah.
scrimmage.
They did. I think. I mean, community colleges. Am I right? You never trust them.
You can never trust them. I asked, since you guys obviously went to a community college, with the new rule that got in place yesterday with CHL players allowed to play NCAA, do you think colleges like JCC are going to benefit from getting, more players, better players come to their program?
I think so. I mean,
trickle down for sure.
I also think if you watch community college basketball or other sports, a lot of times it's just a feeder into high level programs. So that's why I was I talked to my coach a little bit about starting, if they were going to start a JUCO league, which apparently they've talked about, but I think definitely trickle down. I think it'll affect every level, D1, D2, D3, NCAA to ACHA to AAU. I think there'll be a lot higher level of hockey, just because there'll be. I don't necessarily say that the CHL will take their spot, but the CHL players, but they'll just be bumping people down for sure. But
And with community colleges being only 2 years, it's definitely a good start too.
I agree.
So like what we did, I mean I don't know how much of our team is back this year, but I would say probably 50-50, either graduated or transferred, or Ben went to SUNY Can,
yeah,
who actually started their club team this year.
yeah,
But
Also an
they're doing pretty
NCAA
well.
D3 school, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll go in now to skills competition. for your guys' team? We did it with the last group. We'll go into.
Yep.
We'll start with fastest skater on your team.
I'm gonna give it to Bendy.
I was too.
He's really fast.
Yeah.
We'll go into.
Sneaky fast.
Let's do hardest shot.
That's a really good shot, but I'm gonna sneaky give it to Joe because I go to stick Joe LaQuatra because I go to stick time with him and he has a rifle on him. But sometimes he doesn't shoot. That's when he needs to shoot the puck more because he's got a hard shot.
Had 2 goals or whatever in his case, right?
He had 3,
Three
but they only
goals.
recorded 2. They gave Newton the other one,
Man, Joe.
so Joe had a hat trick. But
I would say Joe too, because I'm not even sure, to be honest.
I will shout out Bats though because Bats has a really hard shot. So does Bendy.
We'll do best hands on the team.
Either you or Nudes.
I was almost gonna say Crivelli.
Or Corral, yeah.
It's a sleeper.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
I say Crivelli.
And then we'll do in a shootout. Which goalie's making the most consecutive saves?
Oh boy.
That's a tough one.
I feel like I shouldn't answer this.
Sorry, Zook, but Zook came to stick time and we scored on him a good amount in the shootout. He said shootouts aren't his thing, so I'm going to say he took that out. I'm going to say Zook took himself out of the running. I think JB, but I think Gunner, because he's lengthy too, could also make a lot of saves in a row. Who played the same Vincent's game?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Who played Gunner? Gunner did, didn't he?
Gunner. It was Gunner.
So I feel like I have to give it to Gunner because he got us the win.
You only let in 1.
I know. I'm not going to answer. I say both of them.
Safe row.
And Zook.
Yeah.
But Zook
I trust any of them.
Which one? Am I missing accurate? Accuracy shooter.
Not me. I missed another one. Bendy's got accuracy. I don't want to give it to all my line mates. Gotta move it around. You have an answer for that?
I think Joe again. I'd say Joe's the best skater on the team too. I think Benny's the fastest, but Joe's the best skater.
I was gonna say Newton, Justin.
That's a good answer too. I like that.
Yeah.
I think everyone last year always picked Justin.
I would
Yeah.
say Justin.
They also had this Parker Smith kid. They never picked him for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've
he was
heard
number.
stories.
Yeah, he's number 14. That's why I was saying that Bendy's got the cursed jersey. Apparently, is what they say, but I don't know.
Keith Kessler wore 14 last year.
Oh, Keith.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Parker was 9.
I'm sorry, Keith. If he's
We
watching,
like-
he's not watching.
Bring Keith back.
Okay, Keith was 9. Okay.
14 will be uncursed by Bendy. This
Okay,
time.
we're good then.
I hope. Knock
Who
on
wears
wood.
9? I don't think anyone.
Cubby,
Oh, that's what it was. Yep.
the other D4 call up.
That's right.
Him, Devin, and Lindsay.
Yep.
We'll go into score predictions for this weekend and who you expect to score a goal.
I feel like I have to predict that we'll win both games. If I don't, then it's bad.
You get thrown under the bus for that.
I think that's going to be a tight game tonight. I heard their goalies got
last year was.
What they did last year. I think it was a split last year.
I think that's what they said. I heard their goalies are good.
Their goalies are really good.
I'm going to say 4-3. We win in overtime.
I think we went home last year and lost on the road, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. That would make sense. 4-3 overtime. Who scores? I really hope I do, but I other people.
Bets. I think Bets does tonight.
Bats will score 1. I think we'll have a defender score a goal tonight from the point. I don't know who.
Austin.
Maybe Noah first goal.
Austin's
Austin.
first goal.
Austin or Noah's first goal.
Sneaky tap signal.
I'd like to see that.
That's a goal would be awesome. I think that your line gets on the board tonight, whether it's you, Wade, or Jackson. I don't know. And then tomorrow, I think we'll win. I think we'll hopefully come out hot. I would say 8-1.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of goals to go around, so I don't really know.
I'm gonna say 3-2 tonight, us, and 8-3 tomorrow, us.
8-3.
I like that. Hopefully, follow through.
I
This
agree.
is your technically called shot. Right?
This is a called shot.
Technically, your
Oh,
called
boy.
shot.
4-3 overtime is a pretty
I like-
crazy prediction.
I hope you're right.
I would really like to
Hope
see
so,
an OT.
too.
I would love an OT.
Those are the most entertaining. And then the surprise shootouts that we didn't know existed.
We
Is
still
that
don't know
new-
if they do.
new
But like
this year?
they put in our
It's
rankings
new,
that we have
apparently.
one tie,
Yeah.
It should be a shootout.
but we got 2 league points.
THE has shootouts.
Okay.
Now they do. This is a new rule as of this year. After I talked to somebody, they said it's supposed to be a new rule only in D3 though.
So whoever did the rankings messed us up then, because they put us with a tie.
Yeah, even though you won.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, we didn't even know while we were doing the shootout that was a rule.
Yeah, we were sitting there and we're like, and it said, why is no one going to the handshake line? Like, what are we doing here?
Well, we got to Scarilli in round 4, and it was like, not saying we sent out whoever because he
sent himself.
but
Yeah,
we were like, if we lose, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But then it turned out we won, and they were like, that's actually 2 points. We were like, wish we would have known that beforehand.
Take it.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks for the rule change. Good job.
Literally, we'll take the
Nice
3
win.
points. Yeah,
Did
especially
you,
against them.
did you expect Gavin and Adam to be that good in the shootout?
I knew that Gavin would be
Gavin's
good because
gross.
you could see he goes in brags all the time, and he's got a lot of
Yeah.
moves. But Adam said he's never missed before. I don't know if that's true. So he just told coach he was going. And when he went out, I did turn to whoever was next to me. I think it was Jackson, and we both kind of were like, hopefully he doesn't score, or else we'll never hear the end of it, kind of thing. But it was a nice move.
Yeah, it was.
Good goal.
Sally too.
Not a good sell.
Yeah, no.
Not a fan of Sully.
I wasn't watching it back. I didn't see it in live, but
Disrespect to Adam.
I wasn't. I told him too. I told him that. He knows.
All right. Between the two, you guys get to pick on who gets to come on the pod next. So, who do you guys want to see get on here?
You can
Wade or Joey, one of those two.
or both of them.
Wade dodged
I say
last time, so
He dodged.
well, I think he was busy. Or
How about
something. I
this?
don't know.
I want Kasivi on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wade if he can, and then finish it off with Joe if Joe
I
can
like
do
that.
it.
I like that a lot.
Wade, Kasivi, Joe.
Okay, I like that. Joey didn't come on last year. He was one of like 2 people that didn't come on. So
Joey
It's a makeup.
is always busy, so we'll see.
yeah.
We'll
The other
see.
one was Rosie, and then he ended up coming on the first
He
freaking
did.
pod of the year. So I don't know how that works.
He did. So
He followed through. He followed his word.
that'll be a good group next time. Whenever you.
Oh, I'm excited.
They'll have fun. You'll have fun.
It'll be very fun to have them on. But for you two, thank you for coming on. It's great to talk to you both. Hopefully, we get to see Owen's actual first career goal some point this weekend.
Tonight.
Blevins continue the hot streak.
Thank you.
The D3 boys battle Kent State tonight at 8:30. They'll be back on Saturday to take on the University of Akron, both on the Clearview Ice Arena and be live on the YouTube channel.